In just 2 short weeks, Kentucky will celebrate 219 years of statehood. Our storied heritage is marked by men and women who blazed the Cumberland Gap and the Wilderness Trail. In the war between the states, Kentucky offered more troops to the Confederacy and more troops to the Union than any other state. The father of our party, native Abraham Lincoln, said that, "I hope God is on our side, but we must have Kentucky." Now, our citizens have answered the call of duty throughout history in every war and every conflict in which our nation has engaged. And even today, when the most important military mission of our generation came about, who led the way in the disposal of Osama bin Laden? Who carried those Navy SEALs but the mighty 101st Airborne of Western Kentucky? I love Kentucky. I love the people of Kentucky, and I love the families of Kentucky. We have a rich tradition of independence and strength. And friends, tonight is the night that our party will gird our mettle and take back Kentucky. I am so honored to be your nominee for Attorney General. I'm a prosecutor from rural western Kentucky. I'm the son of a coal miner. I'm the grandson of a tobacco farmer. I'm the first person in my family to have the privilege to go to college at the University of Kentucky. I was the first Republican elected in a county that's 70% Democrat since the Civil War. My opponent is someone you know. His name is Jack Conway. Now, you know him. He was the one responsible for making Kentucky endure the infamous Aqua Buddha campaign. The architect of the worst campaign and the worst assault in a generation. It will go down in history and studied in political science classes for years to come. And when reporters asked him about the Aqua Buddha campaign, his reply was that he thought it may hurt his brand. Now, this is a public servant who replies to himself as a commodity, as a brand. Well, my friends, if you'll join with me, we'll take another look at that brand, and we'll tell him the expiration date is November 2011. Obamacare looms over our state border. It promises to kill jobs. It promises to raise taxes. It will devastate rural hospitals. Not one attorney general, but 26 attorneys general around this country have fought Obamacare. 2 federal judges have declared it unconstitutional, and Jack Conway stands on the sideline. Well, my friends, I'm here to tell you, in my first month as your attorney general, Kentucky will report for duty in the fight against Obamacare. For 4 generations, Kentucky Coal put food on my family's table. It gave me an education. It put clothes on my back. And cheap electricity is our competitive advantage in Kentucky. If we're going to create jobs, if we're going to attract manufacturing jobs, we have to keep electricity rates low, and we do that by keeping Kentucky Coal strong. Barack Obama promised to bankrupt coal-fired power plants. Joe Biden looked in a TV camera and said that coal was more dangerous than radical Islam terrorism. Those were the promises of the Obama administration. They're now pushing that through a hostile EPA policy. And guess what? The guys on the other side have promised to campaign for Barack Obama. Don't be fooled this year, Kentucky. Those on the other side will campaign for Barack Obama. That's why if you want to keep Kentucky Coal strong, the folks on this stage are who you have to support in Kentucky. Now, in closing, I'll say this. While Jack Conway was away from the office of Attorney General for nearly 2 years, he was at cocktail parties with Nancy Pelosi. He was raising money from Keith Olbermann. Meth production in Kentucky doubled under his watch. Those are his words, not mine. We have a terrible prescription drug problem. As a rural prosecutor, I believe in faith-based drug treatment at no cost to the taxpayers. It has an 86% success rate. I've seen lives changed. The other side believes that government is the answer to all of our problems. Government can change laws, but only God can change the heart of an addict. I've seen it firsthand at no cost to the taxpayer. So I want to lead that discussion as your Attorney General.